Hey everyone, I'm going to do a real pretty glass on glass project using this beautiful crushed glass that I've colored with the Bombay India ink. Follow along to see what I make. So I've had this old frame for a while. I think it's an antique. I think it was routed out and they put a piece of glass in it. And I got this template off of my Cricut. It's 2 dandelions. And because I wasn't sure if I could seal it, I put the Elmer's glue around there and then all around the back. And I had done this quite a while ago. It's been sitting around just waiting for me to do something with it. So the first thing I do is get out my vitrigraph glass. Vitrigraph glass is long strands of glass that you can buy on Etsy. It's about 4 ounces for about $15, which you really get a pretty good amount for that price, but it is a little bit pricey. And here I am just looking for 2 pieces of vitrigraph glass to make up the stems. This one piece I have, the real thin area, I just want a little shorter, and you can actually snap it with your fingers if it's real thin. And then this larger piece here, because it's thicker where I want it snapped, I use the nippers and actually just nip it to make it the length that I want it to be. So for this next part, I'm using these Let's Resin acrylic paint markers, and I have tested them under resin to make sure that they won't run. They have a skinny side and a fat side, and the skinny side is nice and thin and easy to write with to do detailed drawings. So all I'm doing is using this as a template and following all the lines and filling it all in. And this actually took close to 13 minutes, and I have it condensed down to about 1 minute. I wasn't sure whether to do it in green or black, but I just went ahead and decided to do it in green. And then I did all the little fuzzies coming off on the side too, and it was super easy to do. These markers are real easy to work with. I just realized they also come in a pack of 36 markers, and the one with 36 markers has a brush tip on it in addition to the other 2 tips. Next, I just went ahead and took the paper off the back, and then from my Cricut machine I went ahead and printed up Some See a Weed and Others See a Wish, and just put that onto the glass. I want you to watch how the clear Elmer's glue that I had put around the perimeter, you can actually see it, but it disappears underneath the resin. Look closely. Next, I was ready for the resin. I just poured the resin on and kind of tipped it to make sure it got all the way around the perimeter. Resin is easier to work with if you don't have any glass on it, so in this instance I really didn't need to put it on before. And a lot of times if you lay the glass onto the resin, you don't even need to put any over it if it's thin enough, as long as it has a good base to stick to. Once it was all spread out, I put my vitrigraph pieces on, and then I took the colored glass. So this glass was colored with Bombay, Dr. Martin's Bombay India ink, and I just thought it was so pretty. I had colored it a while back in a video that I had done comparing alcohol inks to the Bombay India ink. And the great thing about this is it does not run and it does not fade. And I use this to color the crushed glass. This is actually crushed glass from Michaels, the silver reflective glass. They have it up there all the time. And I also use it to color the fire glass. The fire glass from Michaels, the Celestial fire glass I get on Amazon. It's not really good to color larger pieces of glass like flower petals, but this has a beautiful green that's called grass green that I use to color fire glass for Christmas trees and whatnot. In the translucent spray paint, you can't find the nice green, the true green color. So anyway, this was a pretty easy project, and then I took some fire glass that was colored also with the Bombay grass green, and then sprinkled a little bit of the colorful glass on top of it and drizzled a little resin over that. I really did not need to drizzle resin over the crushed glass of the flowers because it was put on thin enough and it had a really good base under it. Use the kitchen torch to get rid of the bubbles. Whenever I finish a project, I always come back every 15 minutes to check on the project, to check on glass placement, to make sure nothing is shifted. I check for sediment and use a toothpick to get it out. I recheck for bubbles and torch if necessary. It's important to leave it on a flat level surface. All resins are different. It's important that you read the directions for the resin that you are using, and it's in your best interest to cover your project with a dust cover when you're done. Hey everyone. So I have had this frame forever. This is a super old frame that I picked up at a garage sale for $1. And I mean, look at the back of it. It's like they routed it out and then stuck a piece of glass on there, and it had an indent in part of the glass, and I was able to cover it up. So let me put this white behind it to see if you could see it better. I don't know how this lighting is. So I used the Cricut for the words, but you could use the same acrylic markers that I used to draw the flower. And these are these Let's Resin ones I actually purchased myself about 6 months ago and have never used them because I wasn't sure if they ran, and I kept on forgetting to test them. Whatever you do, if you're going to use a type of a marker under resin, test it first when you have a little extra, like put some on a canvas or on glass, and have it sitting there by your resin, so when you have a little extra resin, just pour it on it and make sure they don't run. In the past, I've always used the oil-based markers because they do not run. And I wasn't sure, I figured if Let's Resin selling it, it must be okay with resin over it, but I just had never tested it. So finally I did, and that's why I used it for the project. And super easy to write with. They have a fat side and a skinny side. And the skinny side is what I used, and you could do real detailed drawings with it. And if you didn't have a Cricut, you could use it to write the words by putting the words behind it and tracing it out. So the glass that I used, the multicolored glass, I ended up with that because I did a video on these, well, it was talking about alcohol inks and also the Dr. Bombay India ink. And the difference between the alcohol ink and this is the alcohol inks can fade and they can run. A lot of times they need to be sealed, whereas the Bombay India inks have some beautiful colors, just like the alcohol inks, but they do not run and they do not fade. So they're great to work with resin and glass art on crushed glass and on fire glass. I've used it. And anyway, when I was doing that video, I colored a bunch of glass, just little small amounts of it, to show you guys what it looked like. And I didn't know what to do with it after, so I just put it all together in one bottle. And I decided to use it for this. I couldn't decide whether to use like a clear or a white glass for the dandelions, and I thought, oh, I'll make it colorful. So anyway, I think it turned out super pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed the project. It was a super easy project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoy the channel and haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified every time I put a new video out. I try to upload a video every week, sometimes twice a week, like this week. And we also have the Facebook page going, an amazing group. They display some beautiful artwork, all sorts of cool ideas. I get so many ideas from them. I can't keep up because I try to think of something different to do all the time, something different that I can teach you. And everybody's already came up with the idea, so I really have to think. So anyway, come join us over there, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.